New Jersey. For Pope John Lions Boys Lacrosse, Mike Formasano along with you calling this game today as the Pope John Lions 6-0 on the regular season, coming off an emotional 8-6 victory over Scotch Plains Fanwood on Wednesday. They take on another giant here in northern New Jersey, the Chatham Cougars. Cougars ranked 11th in the state, and they are 5-1 in New Jersey, according to NJ.com rankings. Scotch Plains Fanwood, just for comparison, was number 18. So Chatham, with an even higher ranking, they have one loss of the season but 5 victories. And Pope John, who is still in the weeds and still not in the rankings yet, I'm sure that will change very soon. They get a chance to prove themselves once again today. It is a cold, very cold day out here. Snowing in Sparta this morning as we all woke up. It has switched over to rain, and the rain thankfully has stopped right now, but the wind is kicked up. It is very harsh conditions out here, but yeah, boys lacrosse, they'll play through anything, just like football. Play through any kind of elements whatsoever, and that's what the Lions and Cougars are getting set to do today. Let's go over the rosters for the teams. We start with the Chatham Cougars, starting with number 1, Will Davenport. Number 2, Shep Boyd. 3 is Lachlan Mahoney. 4, Nicholas Lagunowicz. 5, Charlie Dunn. Number 7, Will Allen. Number 9, Andrew O'Day. 10 is Quinn Grosso. Number 11, Daniel O'Brien. 12, Alex McWilliams. Number 13, Michael Freeman. 14, Trip Cotter. 15, Ryan Gross. 16, Leo Straka. 17, Cormac Leahy. 20, Christian Chicola. 21, Declan Leahy. 22, Patrick Roskill. 25, Kyle Gibney. Gibney looks to be a main scorer on this team, by the way. 26, Bennett Polamani. 27, Keen Mahoney. 28, Kevin Colleton. Number 29, Ryan Hogan. 31, Joey Lovato. 32, Hunter Bingham. And actually, Carter Newman. We have 2 number 32s, Hunter Bingham and Carter Newman. We'll go Newman, the senior. 33, Colton Walsh. 42, Paul Kuppenheimer. 44, Johnny Roskill. The goalkeeper for the Chatham Cougars is number 6, Jean-Luc Marlin. The head coach of the Chatham Cougars is Christian Scarpello. And now we head over to the Pope John roster. We start with number 1, Andrew Sanchez. Number 2 is Muggy Bars. Number 3 is Anthony Schnabel. 4 is Peyton Fox. 5, Jack Galucci. 6 is Sam Canetta. 7, Travis Heller. Number 8, Matthew Sledge. Number 9, Mikey Ramirez. 10, Vic Fiore. 11, Hunter Perillo. 12, Nick Michello. 13, Justin Perella. 15, Johnny Pippa. 16, Amir Young. 17, Connor Clifford. Number 18, Evan Wyatt. 19, Mike Marston. 20, Hayden Marshall. 21, Matthew Riley. 22, Andrew Gallant. 23, Brody Pillock. 24, Zach Cash. 25, Jonathan Brugna. 26, Chris Sabella. 27, Emilio Barranco. 28, Jacob Post. 29, Aiden DeLivo. Number 30, Steve Leonard. 32, Nick Boyadowski. Number 50, Sutton Fullwood. 51, Andrew Jessamaria. The goalkeepers, number 31, Michael Formasano. Number 55, Owen Houle. And the senior goaltender, number 52, Daniel O'Leary. The president of the Catholic Academy of Sussex County is Father Michael Parisi. The principal of Pope John High School is Gene Emmering. The athletic director, Brian McAleer. The athletic trainers, Gerard Graziano and Jordan Martin. The head coach of the Pope John Lions boys lacrosse team is Joe Della Fera. We're waiting for the national anthem as everybody's waiting and looking towards the flags. And we'll go ahead and we'll turn it over for that. We'll be right back with you. our national anthem. By the way, next weekend is the 250th anniversary of the Battle of Lexington and Concord up in Massachusetts. It started the Revolutionary War, and with New Jersey being a hotbed for revolutionary activity, especially Morristown, where President George Washington, General George Washington, made his camp for multiple winters. Just figured I'd go ahead and throw that out there. So the Pope John Lions boys lacrosse team all set to take on the Chatham Cougars. Chatham's 5-1 on the season. Pope John 6-0, having defeated Scotch Plains Fanwood, and they have a big contest on Wednesday, interdivision, against West Morris for first place in the Waterman Division. Chatham's not in the Waterman Division, so this is not a division matchup, but still a big matchup nonetheless, especially with the fact that Chatham is ranked 11th in the state. Pope John's still unranked, but I guarantee you that will change. We're waiting for the teams to come out to center field. Again, we had a lot of havoc caused by the rain and snow over the past few days. We were supposed to be at the softball fields yesterday, but that was rained out. And then today we were going to cover the girls lacrosse team from Pope John High School against Parsippany Hills, but that also was canceled due to the inclement weather. So we're going to just go with it and see what makeup dates are announced, and just we'll let you know as best as possible on the channel. Tomorrow, we're going to be in Milford, Pennsylvania for the Riverlax tournament. It's a middle school tournament, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grades. It's a lot of fun. We'll be on Facebook Live for that. So please join us on Pope John Athletics, Lions, and Junior Lions. All day. It starts at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. It goes till about 2:30 in the afternoon. 6 games we're going to bring to you of that 8-game tournament. So please join us there. Lions going right to left, Chatham left to right. Here we go. Opening face-off. Mikey Ramirez wins against, no, it's still on the turf, as he was about to scoop it up, but it was pulled up by number 33, Colton Walsh. And so the Lions do get it on that infraction. So here we go. Number 6, Sam Canetta on the left wing. Head coach Joe Della Ferra sending out his usual 6 in the offensive circle. Canetta, Galucci, Ramirez, Pillock, Fox, and Heller. Here is Canetta working against number 12 for Chatham, looking to break into the middle. He'll pass it back. Galucci on the upper right wing, looking to break in on 22, Patrick Roskell. Now here's Galucci behind. He'll cut back around. Passes out to Heller. Heller on the right wing, now to Pillock. Lions going around the world with it, just setting up. 1 minute in here from Chatham, New Jersey at Cougar Field. Ramirez to the middle, looking for a shot. Fires, bounce shot, saved by Marlin. Goalkeeper number 6, Jean-Luc Marlin for the Chatham Cougars. Marlin will take it out of his crease. He'll trot it up the field. So a good offensive drive for Pope John, but it did not result in a goal. We have an infraction against Chatham, and it's going to turn over to Pope John. So the Lions will get a second crack at it. Here we go. Fox, pass off to Ramirez. Mikey Ramirez on the left. Being guarded by number 12, Alex McWilliams. Ramirez takes his time. Passes it off to Fox. Everybody wants to be a little extra careful with their passes and their shots and their movements, say, with this cold, chilly weather and a really slick turf out there. It is turf, but it is very wet. It's been raining for the past few days. As opposed to, I spoke with my parents last night. They live out in Las Vegas. It is 96 degrees in April, in the first week of April. 96. I'd rather be here. Here's Ramirez. 96 in April. Ramirez with the pass down to Fox. Fox says number 22, Patrick Roskell on him. Looking to break in. Fox towards the left post, takes a hit from number 3. That is Lachlan Mahoney. It's loose, so Mahoney picks it up. Mahoney will pass it back to Marlin, and Marlin out to his defense. Number 42, Kuppenheimer with it. Paul Kuppenheimer. Pass over to number 4, Nicholas Lagunowicz. Into the Pope John side of the field. Daniel O'Leary guarding. No sweatpants. He's braving the elements. Goalkeepers can wear sweatpants if they want to. He's chosen not to today, so bully for him. Here's number 7, Will Allen. Pass out to 4, Lagunowicz. Now over to number 5, Charlie Dunn. Dunn up top. He'll give it to 25, Kyle Gibney. Gibney, a player to watch here on this Chatham team. It's knocked loose. Great defensive play by Magnus Bars. Here comes Bars into the offensive side of the field. Now to Heller. Heller, the shot just wide left, and you can hear the groans behind me in the Pope John section. They wanted that one. What a great play by Bars to get the ball up to Heller. Heller took the shot and just missed. So now here's Fox working against Mahoney. Pillock will give it to Galucci. Galucci on the right. Now to Ramirez up top. We're 4 minutes in here. Opening quarter. Pope John 6-0 on the season. Looking to get to 7th heaven, to 7-0. They'll play again until Wednesday. They host West Morris on Wednesday afternoon from Pope John High School. And I believe we'll be there. Well, we'll be there for that game. Here's Heller. Heller on the right. Monday we'll be at Montville. Road game for the Pope John Lions boys baseball team. Canetta looking to work his way in. The pass to Pillock, the shot. Save Marlin. Wow. What a save by the Chatham goalie. Point blank on Pillock. So now, number 32, Hunter Bingham. On the left side of the field, Ramirez all over him. Knocks it loose. Comes back to number 4, Lagunowicz. Pass down low to 15, Ryan Gross. Now the shot wide left by number 25, Kyle Gibney. Goes out of bounds. Chatham's closest. Now number 7, Will Allen with it. Over to Gibney. Gibney on the right. Pass down to number 5, Charlie Dunn. Over to 25, Gibney. Gibney's a junior on this team, so Chatham has him locked in for another year. So Heller on Gibney. He'll race it out. Gives to Allen. Now the low shot. Score! Number 4, Nicholas Lagunowicz. Buries it behind O'Leary to give Chatham a 1-0 lead. Time to goal. 6:27 remaining in the opening quarter. 1-0 Chatham over Pope John. Well, nobody said this would be easy. I mentioned it in the baseball broadcast a couple of weeks ago when they were having trouble getting the final out of a game. Ringo Starr from the Beatles, he went solo in the 1970s, had a song out called it Don't Come Easy. And that is the title, I guess, for today's game. It's not going to be an easy contest in any way, shape, or form against a Chatham team that's 5-1 and is loaded with talent. Ranked number 11 in the state. Number 1, by the way, in case you're interested, is Del Barton. Del Barton just pulled off the upset of upsets a few days ago. 12-11 over St. Anthony's of Huntington, Long Island. St. Anthony's ranked number 1 in the nation. So for Del Barton to pull that off, he's a new sheriff in town. St. Anthony's had just beaten my alma mater, Chaminade, in lacrosse. They've been going at it for years, decades. The rivalry between the Flyers and Friars. Saved by O'Leary. Wow, what a save. That was Nicholas Lagunowicz trying to put in a second goal for Chatham. O'Leary makes the save. And here comes Muggy Bars up the field. Bars, the pass. Errants as his stick was tapped just as he tried to pass it over to Heller. It goes out of bounds. Just to finish up that thought real quick, if you think that game, Del Barton versus St. Anthony's was a fluke, it was not. Del Barton is that talented, and they are loaded. I think Don Bosco's up there in the rankings. Summit, which is right next to Chatham, number 3. And Seton Hall Prep is number 4. So for Del Barton to take out St. Anthony's, big win for them. But I'll tell you what, this Pope John team, I'd put this Pope John team against anybody in the state right now. I'm gonna roll the dice and take my chances, even against Del Barton, even against Don Bosco, Seton Hall Prep. Doesn't matter. Head coach Joe Delaferra building a tremendous team here in Pope John. Here's Gibney on the right. There's a big test, though, today. Shot in front. What a save by O'Leary. Pops it right over the crossbar. Number 21 for Chatham, Declan Leahy, raced in, was on top of the crease. Shoot for that crossbar, and O'Leary just popped it right over. Great save by the senior netminder. So 4:45 to go in the opening quarter, and Chatham will inbound. He's number 15 for the Cougars, Ryan Gross. They're gonna whistle, they're going to settle things down. Here's the pass. A lot of Chatham's games have gone to double digits. I think 5 of the 6 games they've played, in fact, all of their wins, I think they've reached double digits in scoring. But a lot of games have given up a lot of goals, too, so they're susceptible to being scored upon. They do score a lot. Here's number 4 again. He beats O'Leary just off of the right post and in. Nicholas Lagunowicz, his second goal of the game. 4:23 to go in the opening quarter. 2-0 Chatham over Pope John. As I said, Chatham does score a lot, but they are susceptible on defense, so we'll see if Pope John can start up the offensive wagon here. Ramirez on the draw against number 33, Colton Walsh. 2-0 Chatham, midway through the first quarter. Here's the faceoff. Oh, big shot on Ramirez by number 3, Lachlan Mahoney. Gibney now with it. Pass around. Back to Lagunowicz, who's hot. Lagunowicz, 2 goals already. Pass off to number 21, Leahy. Declan Leahy will give it to Gibney. Kyle Gibney on the right. Now down below to Ryan Gross. Lagunowicz, pass over to Quinn Grosso. Grosso will give it back to Gross. Here's Gibney in the upper right, guarded by Gallucci. Quinn Grosso looking to work his way in. He'll pass it back. Gibney up top. Down low. Lagunowicz, the shot. Score. Number 3 for Nicholas Lagunowicz. His 3rd goal of the game, a natural hat trick. With 3:28 to go in the opening quarter, Nicholas Lagunowicz has scored all 3 goals to make it 3-0 Chatham. Oh, it's not the first time this season that Pope John's been down by 3. They were trailing 4-1 to Sparta in the second quarter against the Spartans a couple of weeks ago, and they came back to win that game 8-4. Ball's loose. Chatham is able to scoop it up. There's number 3, Lachlan Mahoney. Mahoney on the right. Looking to break in. Pass down low to Gross. Now over to Gibney. Gibney fires. Score. Kyle Gibney between the legs of goalkeeper Daniel O'Leary. And with 3:07 to go, it is Chatham 4. Pope John, no score. O'Leary reached behind him. I think he thought that it was on the goal line or just outside of the net. But it had gone through the legs and over the line. And Kyle Gibney scores the goal to make it 4-0 now. So Nicholas Lagunowicz, who has 3, turns over the scoring to Gibney. Here's Ramirez, and Ramirez wins the draw. Mikey Ramirez. breaks into the Chatham side of the field on the right wing. Ramirez being hounded by number 13, Michael Freeman. Over to Gallucci. Jack Gallucci up there at the midfield line. 2:42 to go, first quarter. Pope John in an unfamiliar spot here, down 4-0. Ramirez leaves for Hunter Perillo. Gallucci faked the pass. Now he's looking to break in. Pope John just looking to get on the board right now, settle things down. Pass to Fox. Fox down below. Fox turns around, looking for a shot. He'll pass it off to Gallucci. Gallucci back to Sam Canetta. Canetta takes a hit, breaks to his right. Canetta with the bounce shot, just past Marlin, goes out of bounds, but Peyton Fox is closest. It just takes one. Just go ahead and get one on the board, and I think that'll settle everything down for Pope John. They can work their way back. This team scores in spurts anyway. Here's Perillo behind the net. Pass off to Fox. Fox will give it to Pillock. Back to Fox. We got Mahoney on him with the long pole, reaching in. Now Perillo. Perillo takes a hit from Mahoney, and the ball is scooped up by number 13, Michael Freeman. Freeman into the Pope John side of the field. Pass down low to Gibney. So now Chatham will set up with a 4-0 lead, looking for goal number 5. Declan Leahy up top. Lagunowicz. Pass down low to Gross. Now to Gibney. Gibney gives it up top to Will Allen. Now to Nicholas Lagunowicz. Working on Canetta. Pass across to Gibney. Out of his reach. And it goes out of bounds. They rule the shot, so they say Chatham is closest. So now, number 5, Charlie Dunn has it for Chatham. Pass to Gibney. Gibney passes back to Allen. Now to Lagunowicz on the left. Pass down low to Dunn. It's intercepted. Sam Canetta with the interception. And he passes it back to O'Leary. Danny O'Leary up to Heller. Heller. And he's getting challenged by Mahoney. We've got a whistle on the play. And a timeout called by head coach Joe Delafera. We're going to take time as well. 4-0. Chatham leads over Pope John. We'll be back to Cougar Field in Chatham, New Jersey right after this. A Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Welcome back to Chatham, New Jersey at Cougar Field here in northern New Jersey for Pope John Lions Boys Lacrosse. Mike Formisano along with you, calling today's game. Thank you so much for joining us. Not the result we were all looking for or hoping for earlier this morning. The Pope John Lions trailing Chatham 4-0. 3 goals by number Nicholas Lagunowicz. And it was the Nicholas Lagunowicz show for the first minutes of the game before he turned it over to Kyle Gibney, number 25, the junior. Was able to score the 4th goal of the game through the legs of Daniel O'Leary. So it's 4-0. Chatham leading. Cold, rainy conditions. Rain has turned into a mist here, so at least it's not raining hard like it was last Saturday against Governor Livingston. It was snow earlier today in Sparta as we all woke up to a snowstorm from overnight. So I got the pictures to prove it. It was really, I was starting to think of what I'm going to talk about during the broadcast and other than the game itself, and start telling old stories about different games played in snowy conditions. Not a lot of lacrosse games, but a lot of football games have been played in the snow. And so we're driving here and realize it's all changed to rain, so it doesn't matter anymore. It's just cold and wet. Here's Canetta in. Sam Canetta turns around on Mahoney. Looking to break to the net. He's got 23 seconds to do it. Canetta over to Gallucci. Gallucci He's got number 22 on him. Gallucci looking to break in. Does a 360. Pass in. Deflected by the Chatham defense. That is number 22, Patrick Roscoe. Ball's on the turf. Bounces in the air. Scooped up by number 42, Paul Kuppenheimer. Pass over to the goalkeeper, Jean-Luc Marlin. And the buzzer sounds, or the horn sounds, for the end of the first quarter. All Chatham. 4-0 Cougars over Pope John. Pope John goes back to the huddle. We'll talk to head coach Joe Della Ferra and try and regroup. From Cougar Field in Chatham, New Jersey, Pope John Lions trailing 4-0 after one. We'll be back for second quarter action right after this on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Welcome back to Cougar Field in Chatham, New Jersey for Pope John Lions Lacrosse. Mike Formisano along there calling today's game. And we mentioned at the beginning of the game the old Ringo Starr song, Don't Come Easy. And it hasn't been coming easy for the Lions, but they got to be careful it doesn't change over to the oldie classic. Mama said there'd be days like this. The Lions do not want to go there. So that would mean their first defeat of the season. 4-0, Chatham leading over Pope John. The Lions looking to turn this around. And quickly. They're now going left to right on your screen in their white jerseys with blue and gold trim, blue shorts, and the golden domes, the golden helmets that are not gleaming in the sun because it's cloudy and rainy. Chatham in their blue jerseys with white shorts and blue helmets, and they are going right to left. 4-0 Cougars lead. There's the face-off, and number 33 knocks Ramirez off the ball. That is Colton Walsh. As Ramirez has had not an easy time of it winning the face-offs today. But there's Canetta. Canetta gives it to Bars. Here comes Magnus Bars. Bounce shot. Goes over the crossbar. And we'll see. I think Pope John's going to stay with it. It's their closest. So Bars taking the shot there. Bounced about 5-10 feet over the crossbar. So here's Gallucci over to Ramirez. Mikey Ramirez will slow things down. Alex McWilliams on him. Just takes one goal for Pope John to get going. Gallucci, it's off his stick, now over to Heller. Heller picks him up, pass back to Gallucci. Gallucci looking to break in. Off of Heller. Wow, pass is just going errant all over the place. Now Ramirez. Mikey Ramirez, the shot. Saved by Marlin. Jean-Luc Marlin making the save for Chatham. Now to pass out to number 3, Lachlan Mahoney. The crispness of the game against Scotch Plains Fanwood for Pope John. Just not there today so far. But that could change. Here's Matthew Riley, and he scoops it up. We have a flag on the play. Delayed penalty call. So checking call on Pope John. And it's going to result in a power play for Chatham. 10:27 to go in the first half. 4-0. Cougars lead on the Pope John Lions. Please stay with us after this game. We'll have the JV game for you. Pope John JV and Chatham JV. JV dropped their second game against Scotch Plains Fanwood on Wednesday. Score of 7-2. Not a 4-2 on the season. Shot. Score. Kyle Gibney buries it past O'Leary to make the score 5-0. 10-10 remaining here in the second quarter. Chatham doing to Pope John what Pope John has done to a lot of teams this year. Still plenty of time, but Pope John has to get on the stick soon and start turning things around. Again, tomorrow, if you haven't signed up for our Facebook page, we have a page on Facebook. It's called Pope John Athletics, Lions and Junior Lions. As Ramirez wins the faceoff. That was the page we set up years ago for the Junior Lions that we started with. And so we're going to go back to that page tomorrow for the Riverlax tournament for the middle schoolers, 5th and 6th and 7th and 8th grades. It starts at 8 a.m. We'll have half-hour games all throughout the morning. I think 8 a.m., 8:30, another one at 10, another one at 11:30, all the way until about 2:30, 3 o'clock tomorrow. So 6 games on the channel I can bring to you. And we will do that tomorrow from Milford, Pennsylvania, Delaware Valley High School. Here's Gallucci, and it falls out of his cross just as he's about to shoot. Now Mahoney gives it to Marlin. Marlin will bring it out of his cross. Number 42, Paul Kuppenheimer. Pass off to Alex McWilliams. Now down low to number 15, Ryan Grosso. Pass from Gibney. Number 5, Charlie Dunn. Pass into 10, Quinn Grosso. Grosso over to Lagunowicz. Lagunowicz on the left. Pass it down low again. Chatham going around the world with it. Lagunowicz down to Dunn behind the Pope John net. Shot by Grosso. Goes wide, out of bounds. Chatham's closest. We have 8:38 to go in quarter number 2. The Chatham Cougars leading the Pope John Lions 5-0. Now Gibney racing in. He's got Gallucci. The shot. Score! Kyle Gibney. And that, I believe, is Gibney's 3rd goal of the game. So Lagunowicz with 3, Gibney with 3. And I'm telling you, Kyle Gibney, from what I saw in the stats and what I'm doing my research before the game, he's been a scoring machine for Chatham this year. And you can see why, a quick release. 6-0, Chatham leads over Pope John. Just a situation you have not seen the Pope John Lions in this season. Face-off won by number 33, Colton Walsh. That's a big thing, too. Chatham being able to win as many face-offs as they had today. Ramirez has been dominant all season long on the face-off circle. And today is having problems against that matchup with Walsh. Had some the other day, too, against Scotch Plains Fanwood, but he won his share. And a little more. And you know you're going to get majority of face-off wins in any game from Ramirez. Today's different. Here's Will Allen. Pass to Lagunowicz. Back to Gibney. Fires. Score. Kyle Gibney. 4th goal of the game. Pass to O'Leary. Makes it 7-0 Chatham. Time of the goal, 7:47 remaining in the first half. 7-0, Chatham Cougars over the Pope John Lions. Gibney with 4, Lagunowicz with 3. Here's a face-off, won by Walsh. Back to Lagunowicz, over to Gibney. Gibney fires, save by O'Leary. Oh, he took that on either the right wrist or the shaft of the stick right near where the net meets the stick. And his helmet came off a little bit, too. It may have bounced off the helmet a bit, so he's adjusting that as well. Well, Chatham's going to start out as they were closest. With 7:39 to go. It was a nice save by O'Leary, however, off a rocket by Kyle Gibney, looking for his 5th goal in the first half. Gibney gets him back. Now over to Grosso, to Lagunowicz. Lagunowicz fires wide left. Dunn is closest for Chatham. And this is what I talk about it when the face-offs and being able to win as much as you can, and why Ramirez has been such a weapon for Pope John this year. Because Chatham continuing to be able to start in the offensive side of the field. Pass in front, the shot, score. Number 21, Declan Leahy. He deked Leary to the right and was able to tuck it past the left leg, just inside the right post. 8-0. Chatham leads over Pope John with 7:10 remaining. Quarter number 2. There's a face-off. Ball's loose. Walsh tried to scoop it up. It was pushed off by Ramirez. It's still loose. Ramirez is fighting for it. And scooped up by Alex McWilliams. McWilliams for Chatham. Up the right side of the field to Gibney. Now down below. Pass off to Leahy. They get the ball to Kyle Gibney. Gibney will walk it back now over to number 7, Will Allen. Lagunowicz to Grosso. Now to Dunn. Back to Gibney. Chatham going around the world. Allen from the center. Bars is on him. The Bars, Sledge, and Matthew Riley out there. Lagunowicz. Canetta defending. Pass off to Allen. The shot. Saved by O'Leary. It's going to roll out of bounds. Dunn is closest. Charlie Dunn, the sophomore for Chatham. So another big save by O'Leary there. He's been peppered with shots all day. So now Gibney. Over to Dunn. 2 Pope John defenders on him. Pass out to Lagunowicz. Now to Allen. Oh, he can't settle it in the stick. It's on the turf. Pope John fighting for it. Anthony Schnabel in there. He almost had it. Infraction against Chatham, so it'll go over to Pope John. 5:36 to go, second quarter. And now, Pope John racing in with it. Here's Ramirez. The pass over to number 6, Sam Canetta. Canetta on the left. Now Hunter Perillo with it on the left. Perillo, pass over to Canetta. Canetta being guarded by number 13, Michael Freeman. Canetta to Gallucci on the right. Gallucci back down to Canetta. Canetta fires Marlin with the save. That's the other equation, too. Pope John gets their chance. There's Perillo with a steal. Now the Fox, the shot, score! Peyton Fox behind the Chatham goalie. And so Pope John gets on the board. It's 8-1 Chatham, but Fox gets the first one. And sometimes it just takes one. And then you get going from there. I was going to say, Chatham's been receiving excellent goaltending from Jean-Luc Marlin. So Fox with the goal with 4:43 to go in the first half. Pope John is on the board. They're down 8-1. Now here's the face-off, and Ramirez wins it. And here comes Ramirez. Over to Heller. Travis Heller. Now to Jack Gallucci. So we'll see if Fox's goal turns out to be just a blip or if it becomes a huge turning point. It's 8-1, so see if Pope John can add a couple more goals before the half, before we start thinking along those lines. But, hope springs eternal, right? Here's Ramirez over to Canetta. Canetta with the pass to Galucci. Now to Canetta. Down below. Travis Heller. Heller working on the Chatham defense. Pass out to Pillock. Pillock had a shot point blank on Marlin, and Marlin turned him aside. Pass to Heller. It gets past him. He goes out of bounds. See, these are things I've not seen from this Pope John team all season long. I don't know if it's Chatham throwing them off their game, or if it's Saturday morning, or it's raining, it's cold. It could be a host of things. But clock down to 3:25 to go in the second quarter. Gunowicz to pass out to Grosso. Quinn Grosso over to Kyle Gibney. Gibney down to Dunn. Charlie Dunn back to Gibney. And Ramirez falls down trying to chase Gibney down. Lagunowicz. Now to Dunn. Pass inside. The shot. Score. Declan Leahy bounced it in past O'Leary. And it bounced in just underneath the crossbar. And that makes the score 9-1. Time of the goal for Leahy. That's second of the game. Time of the goal is 2:54 remaining in the second quarter. 9-1, Chatham leads over Pope John. Here's the faceoff, won by Ramirez. Ramirez on the left side of the field, working his way in. He's got number 11 on him, and that is Daniel O'Brien. Now to Perillo. Hunter Perillo on the left. Canetta now. Sam Canetta on the left. He's got number 17, Cormac Leahy on him. Canetta on the left post now. Oh, he passes it back to Perillo, pops out of his cross. And so Chatham has stolen it. I don't remember how many times passes have gone errant or popped out today, but it's happened a lot. Oh, Larry with the steal there as it came in. Oh, it goes over to Lagunowicz. The shot on the empty net, score. So Larry tried to pass it out, and it went right to Nicholas Lagunowicz, and he had an open net to shoot at. His fourth of the game makes the score 10-1 Chatham with 1:51 to go in the second quarter. Well, this has turned into an old-fashioned lesson behind the woodshed. 10-1 Chatham. 1:51 to go. Yeah, Ramirez with the face-off win there. Moves up the far side. He'll slow it down as head coach Joe Delaferra wants time. 1:40 to go in the second quarter. Chatham leads 10-1. We'll be back on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube right after this. Welcome back to Cougar Field in Chatham, New Jersey. For Pope John Lions Boys Lacrosse, Mike Formersano along with you. Calling today's game. Want some good news? Chatham's not on the schedule the rest of the season. Want some more good news? Pope John Lions should be motivated for this next Wednesday's opponent against West Morris. After coming off a first half like this, and we'll see what happens in the second half. Still a whole nother half to play in. Pope John could totally flip the script and could get back into this game. But even if they don't, they will find motivation and they will find reason to be up for Wednesday's game against West Morris. That I can tell you. West Morris is the divisional opponent Pope John wants. They're 2-0 in division. Pope John is also 2-0, so a battle for first place in the Waterman division. At the end of the day, it's your division ranking, and it's against how you play. The whole schedule is really going to matter. So, whereas they want to get back to this game against Chatham, I'm sure. There's no reason why they wouldn't want to. But at the end of the day, this game goes the way it's been going. Days like this happen to everyone. The football team this year had a regular season that a lot of people would more like to forget, but the playoff run was incredible. 3 straight wins going to the state finals. Same with hockey and basketball. They had their losses throughout the season. Here's a shot by Cadet. It was a backhand shot. Marlin makes a save. May have bounced off the crossbar, off the post there, but Marlin scoops it up. Nice attempt by Cadet on the backhand. Trying to put that home. Tried to sneak it home. Lagunowicz up the field. So, fear not. Shot goes wide.
Gotta get open, 7.
Yeah, I don't think you'll see a lot more days where Pope John looks like this. Trust me. Here's Lagunowicz on the left side. It may not look like this second half. They may come out and they may be on fire. 37 seconds to go. Here's Will Allen up top. Pass over to Leahy. Leahy over to Gibney. Back to Allen. Pass into Lagunowicz in front. Nice save by O'Leary. And I'll tell you what, yes, 10 goals, but O'Leary's made some really nice saves. He's just been peppered with shot after shot after shot. So he's had a lot to work with. Here's the pass by number 42, Kuppenheimer. Down low. It gets past 15 Grosso. O'Leary's going to launch it downfield to the Chatham goalie, Jean-Luc Marlin, and way after the horn. That is the end of your first half. Pope John heads to the sidelines into their little huddle for a halftime speech that I'm curious to see what it would be, but at the same time, I don't know if I'd want to be in that huddle. 10-1 at halftime. Chatham leads over the Pope John Lions. We'll take a break. Should be back in about 6 or 7 minutes on a new feed here on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Come on back for second half action. From Cougar Field in Chatham, New Jersey, it's the Chatham Cougars 10, Pope John Lions 1. We'll be back for second half action on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Yes.